Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Harkadash. Double honors to the head elders, apostles, and the bishops at the Great Millstone, who will well. And shalom to the hopeful elect, your brothers and sisters that are gathering faith as a treasure. So, we'll start with this proverb in the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 15. We can get it in the KJV. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Same verse in the NLT. Only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. So, Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying, and it's going into the word mark, because we got these camps. Majority of these camps are saying different things, saying that the mark of the BEAST is sin. It's Bishop Nate was saying that it was embargo, that these countries trading with each other. Some of them were saying that it was white women. Others saying Christianity, you know. So they're all going off when they say all that stuff. But the elders and apostles and the bishops at the Great Millstone teach well. And they're like the Church of Berea because they go into their studying, you know. They're not like these simpletons believing everything they're told, like in these other camps. They believe what their leader says and they go along with it. But starting with Elder Apostle Tahar, he says, don't believe me, do your research, you know, which is honorable, you know, because a lot of these people, like Bishop Nate, will tell their congregation not to watch these other camps. Why? Because he wants their, you know, wants their money, wants their full attention, and doesn't care about them, you know. So only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. So, you know, this is a life and death we're dealing with, and you want to consider every step so that you don't fall in a ditch. So let's get that. I brought it up. Acts 17. And I believe it's 11. It says, verse 10, and the brethren immediately sent away Paul and Silas by night unto Berea, who coming thither went into the synagogue of the Jews. So they went to Berea. It says, these were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received. So okay, I think I had my finger on the speaker. But it says, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind, and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. See, so they didn't just take their word for it. They searched the scriptures daily for what? Whether those things were so. You know, so you got to do your own research. You can't rely on another man to tell you, because you might be led astray for their gain, you know. So, like I was saying, the elders and apostles, the bishops at the Great Millstone are very noble, you know, because they don't lie, you know. Like they said, what do they get for lying? But other camps, what do they get? They get money, followers, and all kinds of benefits, you know, because they're not looking out for the sheep. They're looking out for their pockets, trying to fill their belly. Like right here in NLT, the same chapter 17, verse 11, in the NLT, and the people of Berea were more open-minded than those in Thessalonica, and they listened eagerly to Paul's message. They searched the scriptures day after day to see if Paul and Silas were teaching the truth. See? So they didn't just believe them, they were checking, double checking. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? And when you do that, yeah, it gets more engraved in your head, you know? Just like with writing and stuff, like like a tip, a trick that people do when you meet somebody for the first time, you get their name, they tell you their name. Oh, my name's so and so. Well, if you don't repeat it, maybe even write it down. If you don't do that, it takes a bit for you to remember their name. So write it down, repeat it, and it will stick to you that much better. So with that, let's get into some more scriptures. Let's start with this one. Leviticus 13:2. It says, when a man shall have in his skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons, the priests. So we'll get this word, look up the definition, because that's what the elders and apostles and the bishops at the Great Millstone push. Look up the words, you got to know your words. But the simple believe every word, and they be destroyed for that, for lack of knowledge. So,
Strong's H 934. Behereth.
Behereth is spot, bright spot. It says white patch of skin, brightness, bright spot on skin, bright spot, scar, blister, boil, resulting from inflammation of the skin, possible sign of leprosy. So that white patch of skin is leprosy. So, leprosy is a curse. To link that up with Exodus 4:6, this is Moses talking with Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Says, and the Lord Yahweh said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, and when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. See, so that white spot, what color is snow? It's white. So we'll see what leper says.
Strong's H 6879. Sarah.
To be diseased of skin, be leprous. To be diseased of skin. See, so leprosy is a disease. It's a curse. And we know that Adam was made from the dirt of the earth. So his sons would be the same color, dark brown. And 4:15. And we know that Abel was killed by Cain. So we'll get this. Genesis 4:15. And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And like a side note, you can kill your brother or any of these nations, and except Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man. He can kill anybody, all these any dark skinned man, and he won't be put in prison like you would. You know, you wouldn't get a penalty for killing somebody of color. But no, touch a white man, and they'll lock you up forever. You know, give you the death sentence. So that's the vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. So here's that word mark.
Strong's H 226. Oath. Oath.
It says sign, signal, a distinguishing mark. So just with that, this man, the son of Adam, he was a brown skinned man, and this mark, just like the mark of leprosy, you know, is a white spot on his skin. So yeah. So we're just gonna go through the different words for mark and the definitions of them. And this one's talking about the mark of leprosy. So let's get Romans, just going through different definitions for mark. It says Mark, Romans 16 and 17.
Strong's G 4648. Scapeo. Scapeo.
So this word for mark, it says to look at, observe, contemplate, to fix one's eyes upon, direct one's attention to anyone. See, so with this one, if someone's causing division, see, it says divisions. Now beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. Romans 16 and 17. So, you know, set your eyes upon, observe, watch these people that get marked. Doesn't mean that they're going to get a mark of leprosy, a white spot of leprosy. It just says observe. Ezekiel 9:4. It says it, Ezekiel 9:4. Excuse me. And the Lord Yahweh said, Go unto and the Lord Yahweh said unto him, Go to the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So this word for mark,
Strong's H 8420. Tav. Tav.
desire mark as a sign of exemption from judgment. Desire mark. See, it doesn't say go brand them, doesn't say go give them a scar. No, just as a sign of exemption from judgment. Because a lot of these Christians want to say that just because right there it was saying from exemption, that that's the same mark later on in Revelation, that it's like a spiritual mark. You know, they want to say that it's the same, but we just got that. Let's get it again. Ezekiel 9:14 or 4. Sorry.
Strong's H 8420. Tav. Tav.
See, Tav. That's the word for mark in Ezekiel. So you'll see that it's not the same. Over here in Revelation, it's Tav. In Ezekiel, that's the mark. But that's for exemption of judgment. Right here, Revelation 13 and 16. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Let's see if that word for mark is Tav.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
Charagma. See, that doesn't sound like Tav to me. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, see? Thing engraved, sculpture, graven work. So that's not the same word for mark in Ezekiel or anywhere else for that matter. So it says a stamp, an imprinted mark. Imprinted, what does M mean? It's like, hold on, let me get that too. Right here, etymology. Imprint. To mark by pressure, stamp, impress on the mind or memory. To mark by pressure. See? We'll get a picture. Hold on. Come on. See, you can see them imprinting with their hand a little grain of rice. And they use that tool right there to do it. Right there. So we'll go back to the scripture. Thing carved, sculpted, graven work. The mark branded upon horses. See? So with the mark branded upon horses, they they put that there to identify that horse, and that's what they're going to do with these little RFID things, C hips. They're going to put it in people so that they can identify them, that they're ID and cards and all kinds of things will be on that little grain of rice. So, don't believe every word. The simple believe in every word, but you got to look well to your steps. So this is the word for mark. If you take this mark, the MOTB, you be destroyed. And let's get another example because 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 the more examples you got, the better you believe it. Revelation 16:2. And if you take this mark, you be destroyed in the hellfire. But check this out, Revelation 16:1. And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. Verse 2. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them that worshipped his image. So when you get that mark, you're worshiping the image of the beast. It's a 3-for-1. You get his name. So you get his mark, you get the image, and you get the number. 3-for-1. Says, let's see the word for mark, because you're going to get a grievous sore along with being destroyed. Okay, hold on. We'll get, hold on. Looking for that word. Full of labors, annoyances, hardships, pressed and harassed by labors, bringing toils. So you're being in a physical sense, diseased or blind. See, so if you get the MARK, you're going to be diseased and blind and messed up. Sore, a wound, producing a discouraged pus, a sore, and ulcer. And they show that with these animals that they get the chip, CHIP in them, that they get this sore and they get cancer and stuff. So, that's just part of the package and you accepted it. But here's that word again in Revelation 16:2, the word mark. Let's get it.
Strong's G 5480. Charagma. Charagma.
A stamp in a printed mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, the engraved, sculptured, graven work. See? So, charagma is that word for mark, not tav. I think it was tav for that exemption. It's not for leprosy. No, this one right here is a thing inserted, imprinted. The mark branded upon horses. Don't be an animal. Don't get a mark. So yeah, I just brought out examples of the word mark, and I hope this is edifying. And do not take this, no matter how good it sounds. You're gonna get a grievous sore. You're gonna get caught in the hellfire, the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And we pray the Lord keeps us from the hour of temptation. Try us like fine gold in the fire, but hoping to be part of that 1/3 to make it out, be that gold and silver, fine silver. But yeah, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kaktash, the Wara Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, for sending the best teachers, the elders and apostles and the bishops at the Great Millstone, and Shalom to the whole Felix scattered abroad, you brothers and sisters out there. Stay strong. Shalom, Lord willing. Till next time. Shalom.